Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? Sorry I was a little bit late popping in. I'm trying to get everything straight. I forgot to publish the live. I just got... See? See how off I am? Crazy. Things happening. But today is the big day, July 6th, where the new online exclusives are available. The clearance rack has been refreshed. We have a brand new kit. Wait till you see it. I have a picture of it to show you. It is fantastic. Paper pumpkin refills, past kits, and add-ons are on sale, and it is bonus days. So for every $50 you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon emailed to you. It's a pretty crazy day. Hey, Lou, thanks for joining us. Hey, John. All right, let's go through some quick announcements, and then we'll move on. Like I said, for every $50 you spend, you can get a $5 coupon. So that's that. And you earn your $5 coupon every $50 between the 6th and the 31st of July. There's no limit to how many coupons you can earn. Just make sure that you're using a valid email address when you complete your purchase. Save those, and then you can redeem them all together. They're fabulous. Paper pumpkin, you just have a few more days left if you want the summer Get Crafting in the Sun kit. It's the July kit for paper pumpkin. And speaking of paper pumpkin, all current subscribers get to save up to 50% on past kits, refills, and add-ons on the 6th and the 7th, so today and tomorrow. So if you are wanting to get some extra kits or refills for the kits that you love the most, check those out because you can save up to 50%. Speaking of the kits collection, we have a brand new kit that started today. Very exciting. Are you ready for the unveiling? Oh, I don't have it in the right order. All right, let's start over. Here we go. Blossom Wishes kit. Look at how pretty this kit is. It is fantastic. I already ordered 2 of them. It's a non-stamping kit, and I just think it is so beautiful. The cool thing about it is it's a slimline design, which we've never had that in a kit before, and I think you guys are gonna love it. The colors are super pretty. The envelopes are nice and bright, so you have a yellow background card and then this pretty calypso. Let me get you the actual colors that are in that kit. Let me see, I can access that. So Lemon Lolly, Orchid Oasis, Petal Pink, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Wild Wheat are the colors. And because it's a non-stamping kit, it will be a really quick kit to put together. You can have some really cute cards, and look at how cool these backgrounds are with these circle cutouts. I just fell in love with it, and for $13, you can't beat that. You're gonna get 8 cards for $13. For each 2 designs. Item number is 162431. And then if you missed the Boho Beach kit, which is super cute. Now this one is a stamping kit, so this one's $22, also for 8 cards. For each 2 designs, you get a stamp set and an ink spot. Pecan Pie is the ink spot for this one. And we'll go back one more. The May kit is still available, Confetti Birthday. This one's super cute because it is a shaker card kit. And then the last thing I want to talk about is online exclusives. They are finally available. And you have this awesome horse and sleigh stamp set, the beautiful paper. If you did not get this paper today when you placed your order, you might have to place another order because this paper is fabulous. I'm going to show you a couple scenes from it. I did not buy the horse and sleigh, but I did get this paper. This paper is gorgeous. Let me bring down the camera so that you guys can see this paper a lot better. All right, so look at this gorgeous scene that's been painted. And then I'm gonna show you the other side. You get 4 of each of these, but look at this cool textured paper. And then this is another textured paper, and I'll show you this scene. So this is fantastic for Christmas cards, for winter birthday cards. It's a really fantastic little kit. I mean, pack of paper, not kit. I'm still stuck on the kits, guys. So this one's the fox. Look at how cute that little fox is in the snow. And then look at this beautiful wood grained flip side. So if you did not see this, you want to go to the new items, and this paper pack is called One Horse Open Sleigh DSP. Here is the next one. Look at that really pretty background. The nice thing about this paper is when winter is done, you could still use this paper pack because the back sides are all these really cool textures that you could use for any kind of card. And no one would know that there's a winter scene on the back of them. Here is another one. And there is the flip side, the A and the B. This is a beautiful pack of paper. Here's another one. See how this is a really beautiful green background. And look at the little deer. So cute. Hey Carol, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you here. Connecticut, huh? All right, let me keep going. Look at that pretty scene. It looks like it's over like a lake or something that's been frozen. And look at that pretty wood grain. So if you guys missed this paper pack, put it on your list. This is a bird's eye view. Isn't that a cool drawing, like from the sky? I thought that one was really cool. And then of course you have that blue stripe. This one's really beautiful. Look at that little cabin in the woods. That little A-frame. And then you have this really pretty pattern. And we're almost to the end, I think. I think I have two more. We have this one. This is probably my favorite backdrop, the B side. I love this color and I love that print. And then this one's like a really pretty day. It looks like sunrise. And then there's one more. So I hope you guys didn't miss. Oh no, there's more than one more, I think. I think there's two more. So here's another woods scene. And then this is the background, which this is really pretty. And then the last one is this red. And this beautiful scene out with that little gate. Looks like on a farm with a lot of snow falling. And I love just that haze of that pale pink in the background, like real early in the morning. So if you guys missed this paper pack, it's called One Horse Open Sleigh. It's a 6x6 pack. It has 48 sheets, 4 each of 12 double-sided designs. And it's only $12.50. So you don't have to have the sleigh, horse and sleigh set to use it. I think it's fantastic for all kinds of Christmas. And then there's this pickup truck punch set that's really cute. I don't remember the name of it. I'm gonna look for you guys, see what if I can find it. I think it's called Trucking Along, but I don't have a photo of it. They didn't give us a photo of it. But it's called Trucking Along, and it is a punch bundle. It has a little pickup truck is the punch, and then it has a bunch of little things you can put in the bed of the truck, and then like trees and clouds and stuff to make a scene around the truck. And then there's also like a stained glass window Christmas stamp set, and that one's really beautiful. It's called So Very Merry. So you can check those out. What you want to do is go to my online store, and at the top there's some drop down menus. You want to click on what's new. All right, I think that's enough talking. We're gonna get started on our cute card. So we're using the Zany Zoo set, which I'm trying to find for you. Here it is. So it's this bundle. You get the stamp set and the dies. I highly recommend adding on the paper because you end up with a ton more critters. And if you guys have been following my cards that I have been making in projects. I have used a ton of these little critters. They're so cute. Hi, Denise. Thanks for joining us. South Dakota, huh? I bet you it is beautiful there. Yeah, Stampin' Up had quite a bit of deals for sure. Thanks for joining us, Denise. Happy to have you. Is it your first time catching me live? All right, guys, let's get on to our card. So this is a card we're going to make today. And I call it To a Great Guy card because I just thought it was a cute card to give. Our little alligator is flying in the sky with his balloons on his little bicycle like E.T. And on the inside we have the clouds, and it says, "For all the great things you do." So this is the card we're going to make today, and I'm going to show you how to use some dies that you may not have thought to use on a regular normal card. So we are using the Zany Zoo Bundle, which are the stamp set and the dies. The little alligator is in that bundle. And then we're using the Wildlife Wonder set, and we're using that for the sentiments. This has some really great sentiments. I love this set. I did a series of this, so if you have this stamp set, I do have some videos on YouTube done with all of the images. I did an entire week of Wildlife Wonder, so you should be able to find some stuff on that. And then we are using the Give It a Whirl dies, and you guys are probably going, what? Why would you use these dies? Well, first of all, I love the Give It a Whirl dies. First of all, I love all the little stitched elements, the clouds, the stars, the hearts. I love these really cute shapes that are in here that are stitched. This part that's attached to them actually doesn't cut anything. It just cuts this shape. So you have a variety of shapes. You have this cute little banner. And it's just a great little set. But today I have used this die right here to do our stitched layer that's over the top. And it does cut out this little dip, but I used one of the clouds to cover that up so you'll never know that that was there. And then I used the stitched clouds from it on the outside and a couple of them on the inside, which I thought really made a fun accent. I love all this stitching on here. And so it just gives you another idea of things to do with your Give It a Whirl dies. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I might have to bring the camera up slightly because I might be too far down. Let me move you up just a little bit more. All right, I think we're good there. All right, so we're gonna start with a piece of 8.5 by 5.5, and this is Balmy Blue. Looks like my camera is crooked. Let's see, is that better? I might have to stand up and fix it. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. I'm gonna grab my Simply scoreboard, and I'm gonna give it a score at the 4 1/4 inch mark. Thank you, Denise. I try and use all the things I have because I have a lot of things. So I try to use them in lots of different ways. And I really love the Give It a Whirl dies. And we lost our rectangle shapes, our large stitch rectangles, as far as an active set of dies. So this is a nice substitute, I think. All right, so there's our Balmy Blue. And then we have our cutout piece. Now you can see it leaves kind of a bar shape in here, and then you have that little hole. So we're gonna have to cover all of that up. But what I'm gonna start is from the back side. I'm just gonna press my bone folder against the cardstock and try and move most of that line out. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this, where you've either scored down the wrong side of your cardstock, or you have a line that you didn't mean to have. And so by turning your piece around and giving it you know, a little bit of burnish on the other side. Just be gentle because you don't want to overwork the cardstock. You can fade that little line and it's not as noticeable. All right, so we are going to be attaching this piece on top of our cardstock. Now, our little alligator, I didn't stamp him out of the stamp set this time. I had one of them left over from my designer series paper, which you have all the critters plus additional critters in that. So we are going to go ahead and color him. I'm going to grab a scrap paper to put him on, and we are going to go ahead and color. So I'm going to use Parakeet Party Light, and I'm going to do his underbelly. It's a little bright here. You can see a little brighter than this color. So we're going to go ahead and color him in. Get his little arms and his underbelly and his little feet. He's so cute, this little alligator. And then I'm also going to use, while I have it in my hand, the Parakeet Party to do the little leaves on our flower basket here. Now the basket itself, I'm going to use Light Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to color in the basket. And then the flowers were already colored with Petal Pink. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Petal Pink back in, and I'm going to do his seat just to tie that color in. And then since we're using Balmy Blue for our cardstock color, I decided to make his bicycle Balmy Blue. So we're going to go ahead and color his little bicycle frame in Balmy Blue. All right, and then of course the tires need to be black. So I'm using the light basic black, which is actually like a very dark gray, but it works. I use the light basic black, I think a little bit more than I use the dark basic black, but if I do Halloween things like the witch's hat and all that, I always use the dark basic black. And then if I'm doing shading on animals, I tend to use the dark basic black and then shade into it like a gray or something. All right, so there is our little guy. He's all ready to go. We're going to figure out what clouds we're going to use. So we're going to use one of these. We're going to use one of these and one of these. So the 3 clouds that are in the set, we have 3 different ones. So we're going to use one of each on the front. And then the die set from Zany Zoo has 2 balloon dies in it. And so you can cut 2 at a time. And so I cut 4 balloons. I cut 1 out of Tahitian Tide, 1 out of Fresh Freesia. Hey Eileen, thanks for joining us. And 1 out of Flirty Flamingo. And then for the inside, I did 2 more clouds. I did 1 of this longer type cloud and 1 of the bigger type. So these guys are going to be for the inside. I'm just going to put them off to the side right here because those are going to be inside, not outside. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work here. And we want to cover up this piece. So I'm not going to glue it yet. I'm just going to sit it where it's going to, you know, live on here. And I'm going to figure out how much of this cloud I need to place and where I need to place it so it doesn't go over the side. And I want to put adhesive on the bottom edge of it, not at the top, because remember, it's going to be covered here. So I just want to adhere it on the bottom side. So let's grab our tweezers. And then we're going to go ahead and position that in place so that no one will ever know that that stitched border didn't go straight across. Okay, so that's our first little cover up. And now that I have it in place where it needs to be, I don't need to keep this in here for right now. So we'll work the rest of it over here. So I want to put this cloud down here, maybe about there. And that will cover the hole. So let me grab my silicone mat because I'm about to probably get messy. And we're going to go ahead and put adhesive on our cloud. Do you guys have the Give It a Whirl dies, or is it something that you've never purchased? Hi Mima, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. All right, so we're going to put that cloud there, and then we're going to put this one approximately around about there. So I want to figure out where I want to put it based on my guy, and I want to have his bicycle kind of angled. So that looks good, and that looks like a good place to put my cloud. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip that over, put my glue on it, and get my second cloud down. And then I'm going to show you how I went about doing our balloons, because that will be the next part. So let's go ahead and tuck that cloud right here behind him. So cute. All right. I'm going to move him out of the way. So for the balloons, not clouds, I used the Baker's Twine, the In Color 2022 to 2024 In Color package of Baker's Twine, and I chose to use Tahitian Tide. So what I want to do is I want to figure out how long I need my strings to be. So we probably will have one balloon about there. And they're going to come down to about his tail. So the longest one, that's the tallest balloon. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut all 4 of them the same length. And that's how I figured it out. I didn't have really a measurement. I just kind of played with it. And it doesn't matter if they're perfectly the same, if one's a little longer than the other. You just need 4 strings for your balloons. I really should use my ribbon scissors because these paper scissors don't really cut fabric very good. Okay, so now we're going to grab our dimensionals. And what I did was I flipped my balloons over. All right, so now they're all on the back side. And I took a string and I laid it up here like this so that it was going to be behind that balloon. And then I grabbed a dimensional and I stuck it to the string and then attached it onto the back of my balloon. So now my balloon has the string right there on the end. Okay, I'm going to do that to all 4 of them. So we'll grab another one and a string. And we'll just put that. So the dimensional is holding that string in place. That's awesome. Yeah, you definitely, Denise, you need to use them for lots of different things. I always try and think outside of the box because I like to have a lot of uses for the things that I buy. All right, so there's that one. One more to go. So you can see by securing them with you don't have to worry about the string anymore when you secure it with the dimensional. So let's put this last one. Whoops, it keeps wanting to stick static wise. So I end up doing it this way, but all right, there we go. So there's our 4 balloons that are strung up. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to tie a small bow with my twine. So I'm doing 2 bunny ears, and then I'm going to cross them in an X pattern and then bring this one through the loop and then tie my piece. So I'm going to pull this one and then pull this one, and by holding the knot it helps your twine not to twist. So you want to hold on to that as you're pulling. So now I have my tiny looped bow, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ribbon scissors this time so I don't totally mess up the bow. So there's my bow. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think we're getting to a good point. Let's go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of our little alligator because he's going to be popped up. So I'm going to put some big ones where I think they will fit, and then I'll use the minis for the rest. So I'll start there. That's good with the regular size, and let's grab the minis. We'll put one on each of the tires. Oh, thank you, Lou. Appreciate that. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to put one at this end of the tail, but I'm going to leave that end of the tail for right now because that's where we're going to be doing all the tying. Oh, and I need to put one up here by his little mouth. All right, and then I like to use the ends of my dimensionals, like all these little bordered pieces, to do some kind of long, skinny strips when I need them. Sometimes we need support in places that a dimensional doesn't really fit, right? And so, oh, I'm stuck. I don't know what I did here. All right, there we go. So then you want to put your dimensional on those pieces, like how that little part of his mouth stuck up, and I'm going to do one on his point of his tail, but for right now I'm going to put it just all the way at the end, and we're going to leave that middle section open because that's where we're going to tie our strings and tuck everything underneath him. All right, so now we have our little alligator where he's gonna go on the card, and we got to figure out where our balloons are going. So I'm just gonna set him there temporarily, and I'm gonna figure out how I want my balloons to be placed. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the backs off of the dimensionals that are on the balloons so that as I stick them down they will stay. One more. Okay. So we'll start with this one. We'll put that one kind of up here by this cloud. And you want to make sure that your string is in a good place. Okay. And then we'll put this little flirty flamingo one next, kind of on the side. And since you have a little bit of room, you can kind of overlap the balloons a little bit without the dimensionals getting in the way. So there's that one. And then we're going to put our fresh freesia one next, and that one will be tucked a little bit farther down here. All right, and then we will do our last one, which is our I think this one's lemon lime twist. I don't think it's parakeet. All right, so there's our 4 balloons, and now we need all of these pieces to congregate in the same spot underneath the little guy's tail, right? Because this is where he's going to be, and we want all of our balloons to meet somewhere right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a mini dimensional. I gotta find it. And I'm going to overlap the strings, kind of cross them so that they're not like the ones on the end are flipped over the other ones. And then I form like a little, or a grouping of those balloons, and I'm going to put a dimensional on top of them, which will help hold those in place, okay? And then we're going to put our spot here that's open on our tail right over that dimensional, which is going to hold our balloons in place, okay? But first, before I do that, I want to trim this because I don't want it sticking out. So let's grab our ribbon scissor. I'm going to trim it really close to that dimensional. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and push that down again, and we're going to grab that piece and lift it up. And I'm going to grab my wet glue and I'm going to put it underneath that spot to help it have just a little bit more something to hold on to on the back, because we have a lot of strings, okay? But our little alligator is going to hold that right in place. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and pull all the backs. Whoops, my take your pick tool's coming apart there. There we go. I want to pull all the backs off of my dimensionals on my alligator and get those ready to go. Hi Cheryl, thanks for joining us. All right, so we're going to go ahead and attach our alligator down, and that dimensional there is going to fit right in that spot that we left open, which is why we left it open. I'm going to hold this up a little bit because I can't see as far away as I am from the camera. I just want to make sure that I put my tail in the right spot. There we go. All right, so now our alligator is down. Now, I want to put my ribbon there so it looks like it's tied, but before I do that, I want to add a little piece of twine. And I can use a piece that's left over or cut one. And I have this kind of longer-ish piece. So I'm going to lift and tuck it underneath there. And then I'm going to bring it around, and then I'm going to tuck it in on the other side. And you can use your take your pick tool if you need to. But that way it looks like he has that string around his tail. And then when we attach our ribbon, that will hold that string in place. You can also use a mini glue dot underneath to, if you want to cause it to hold. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you so that if you need to use one, you'll be ready. I don't need one for mine, but what you're going to do is you're going to grab that end of the string and you're going to push that mini glue dot down like how I just did right there. Press that and then hold it with your finger and pull that out so that the mini glue dot stays behind that string, and that holds that in place. We'll put one on the other side just so that you can see it a second time. So grab a little mini glue dot, ball it up like that, and then take your piece and stick that under, and then just hold on to it so that you can pull it under. So see how it gave that something to hold on to? So now when we use a mini glue dot to attach our little ribbon on the front, it'll look like it's tied around the back of him. So I'm going to go ahead and add the mini glue dot to the back of the knot of my ribbon, and we will add that on right there. All right. Next, let's move on to the next step. I'm going to clean up my little mess that I have here. All right. So we're going to grab our Tahitian tied. And we are done with this string, so I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to grab my sentiment, which says, "To a great guy." I'm going to ink that up. And we're going to stamp that in this corner here. Hopefully I'm straight because I can't see where I'm stamping. Good enough. And it will dry, so it'll lighten as it dries. So now we're going to go ahead and put our dimensionals on the back of our piece. I'm going to leave this closed because I'll stick my hand in it if I don't. But we'll open it again for the inside. So we'll put our dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to use 2 minis because I always tend to put more dimensionals than I need. Okay, so there's that. And let's go ahead and pull the back off, and then we will attach this to the front, and then we'll work on the inside of our card next. And then the finishing touch is going to be Wink of Stella because you got to have some sparkle. It's magical. He's in the clouds, so since he can fly, we need to add a little bit of sparkle because that's probably what he's using to fly, right? That pixie dust. All right, so here's our card. I'm going to bring this in here, and I'm going to hold it up so that I make sure that I get it nice and centered so I can see what I'm doing. All right, that looks good to me. So there's our front. Pretty cute. Thank you, Lou. All right, so now comes the inside. So on the inside, I did 2 clouds, and then I stamped for all the great things you do. So I'm not going to risk that I might make a mistake, and I might have to cut another cloud by gluing it in there first. So we're going to actually stamp that on the cloud, and hopefully it's going to fit because it is a tight fit. So it's hit or miss. I might make a mistake, but you know, real life crafting here. No one ever gets it right the first time, or hardly ever, right? Sometimes we have to re-stamp things. So I'm the same as you. I'm gonna actually stand up so I can see what I'm doing a little better. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this inked up. And then I'm gonna get my large cloud, and I'm gonna grab my scrap paper here. And we will put the cloud on the paper and have it straight. And then we're going to say a little prayer and hope. I'm just looking at the rubber the way it is all the way around and making sure that I can fit it in here. Let's just say a little prayer for me before I do it. If not, I'll just cut another one, but that's why I didn't want to glue it down first, because I could make a mistake, right? Hey, we did it. Oh my goodness, you never know. Just made it, but we did it. All right, let's clean this stamp, and then we can glue in, and then we can Wink of Stella everything, because we got to add that little sparkle factor. Okay, so let's get this out of here. Bring in our card, and we're going to add our adhesive to the back. Thanks, Cheryl. Woo, that was a close one, but I did it. I can't believe it. But yeah, I mean, I really love that sentiment. I wanted to use it on these clouds, but it was a tight squeeze. All right, let's start with this big one, and we'll attach that down. Oops, I have a Jasper hair in here. If for those of you who don't know who Jasper is, that's my daughter's bunny. He hangs out in my craft room, and so I get hairs of his on my stuff sometimes. All right. So we'll add this cloud here so that it looks like, you know, we're in the sky still. That's why I did the balmy blue card. All right, so there's our inside. Let me grab my little rubber roller because I really want this to be attached nicely. All right. So now comes our fun part, our Wink of Stella. So this one, I don't know, you probably can't tell. Wink of Stella doesn't show good on camera, but it is fantastic in person. And so I have to add some sparkle to my clouds. And of course, I have to add some sparkle to my balloons. And we're also going to put some sparkle on our alligator, because he is a happy fella. And he has the pixie dust on him, that's why he's flying. All right. I think that's good. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try and get the light to catch it. Sometimes it does catch the Wink of Stella, and at other times I can't get it to show. You probably can see it on the balloons because it's still not dry. But on him, there we go. You can see it right there now. See how sparkly he is? Super cute. And then the cloud up here is sparkly. I'm gonna add a little bit more to this cloud, I think. It needs a little more sparkle. I tell you what, whoever invented this little Wink of Stella pen, they're awesome, because you can add glitter without any fuss. All right, guys, I guess that's it for our card. We used the Zany Zoo. Whoops. I'm going crazy here, knocking everything off. The Zany Zoo Bundle. And then we used Wildlife, Wonder, and Give It a Whirl dies. And I'm going to bring the camera up because today is my last project with the Zany Zoo. Bring you guys up a little. Make sure. And I will show you all the projects. In case you missed one of my videos, you can catch those. Thank you so much, Denise. I appreciate having you here. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate if you guys would do that and give me that like. All right, let's work on all our cards. So this was my very first day that I did the Zany Zoo. We did the animals in the clouds. Let's see, what else have I done? I did this little group on the stage. And then we did our Grandma Grandpa cards, which were the pop-ups. Those little pop-up cards. You're welcome, Denise. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for hitting the likes, guys, for me. I appreciate that. And then, let's see, what else did we have? We had our tuck card, which is our corner tuck that tucks underneath there. There's a little piggy inside. So this is a fun card. And I'm trying to remember what I did for my live that week. Can't remember. But we also had this really fun slimline shaker card. And we had an easel card. A birthday little bunny inside. So there we had that one. Gonna move these to the corner. All right, let's see what else. We had our retirement card and our Dutch door baby card. And what else? Let's see, we did our little 3D chapstick s'mores 3-pack box. We had that one. And this week, oh, we had this one. I forgot about this one, the Hip Hip Hooray. I love these guys. They're so cute. And there's our bicycle alligator on the inside of this card. And then, of course, we have today's card. And on Sunday, I think I did this card this week. This one's really fun. And then my Tuesday live, we did this postcard, and that was a disaster. We had, I don't know what happened with YouTube, but I ended up having to film a second live part, but we got it done. And I think, oh, I have one more. I have this one. And then we have our last project that was a 3D, the birthday triangle. So those were all my projects. I hope that you enjoyed all of the things that I did with the Zany Zoo. Tons and tons of ideas for you. And I am grateful to have you here as part of my channel. I appreciate all the thumbs up. And if you would subscribe, I would appreciate that as well. If you need to purchase from my online store, you just go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com. It's bonus days, so for every $50 you spend, you're going to get a $5 coupon to use next month. And I appreciate you guys supporting my channel with the thumbs up and the subscriptions and the purchases. I really appreciate you, and thanks for being here today. You guys have an awesome weekend, and I will see you back here soon. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!